Greetings everyone, welcome back to Blade Bias. I wanted to do another video kind of like I did in the old apartment, where I just kind of mindlessly ramble about something that's been on my mind, but is ultimately useless to the overall hobby. Because I feel that there are two distinct sides in the balisong hobby, and I want you to choose where your allegiance lies. Sounds ominous, but let me explain. On one side, we have the warriors of good, the noble and very brave warriors of handle bias, the council of the handle. Tricks like rollovers, chaplains, things of that nature. On this channel, we talk about these a lot. These are the kind of things that beginners really get into. These are the kind of balisongs that more high-tier flippers really get into. Things like the Kraken, things like, even in the beginner range, the Cheese or the Kite AL, things that excel at handle bias based tricks. It seems to be the thing that truly most people in the hobby like. It seems to be the style of tricks that people like to do, or just the style of flipping that people enjoy the most. In fact, for the longest time, and even still to this day, my favorite style of flipping and some of my favorite flipping to watch are those styles where the balisong just kind of looks like a circle the whole time. Very KM kilometers on Instagram influenced kind of flipping style where you're rotating the balisong around your hand so much that it kind of just becomes a circle. It really does seem like that, to me at least, is a majority. It's the most intuitive tricks to learn. It can be the most satisfying to string together. It's a very, very big part of flipping and of the hobby itself. But let me tell you a tale of Darth Fan the Wise. It's not a story the Council of Handle will tell you. Because the other side of the coin, the much more, how do I put it? The much less popular, the much more socially unacceptable side of things, we've got fans, more blade biased style things. By all accounts, it seems like people just don't enjoy it. Go into Discord servers and look up blade bias, and you'll probably see a lot of people talking about the fact that they just don't enjoy knives that have that balance profile. It's a balance profile that kind of lends itself away from that typical handle bias style of tricks that we talked about earlier. You have more weight in the blade, more weight going away from your hand as you do things like rollovers. You have a harder time with chaplains, things of that nature. And it's a balance that's really, in all fairness, it's a balance that's really difficult to nail down. It's pretty difficult to mess up handle bias, because even in the most extreme cases, you're still pretty much going to find someone that likes the balisong. You know, I can't think of too many conventionally good balisongs that are so handle biased that people are like, oh, I hate that, I can't do tricks on it. Like, you can still flip a super handle biased balisong. Maybe not as cleanly as you would like, but that's not what I'm saying. The problem with blade bias is that you get into a place where if you do it even slightly wrong, your balisong becomes unflippable. The balisong flies away from you at every conceivable point, and there's just no way to string together a good-looking combo. Despite this, you'll have a few people in the hobby who are dedicated to this style of flipping. People like, I hesitate to say me, because I wouldn't really consider myself married to any specific style of flipping besides what's in the banks of my muscle memory. But if you want to consider me on this side, go for it. Someone like Cream Sodas, or some of these newer age flippers who are doing things that are so unconventional that they almost require the blade to have a little bit of weight. But it feels taboo to be on this side, because like I said earlier, you don't get a lot of people who are in love with blade bias. Even the people who love blade biased balisongs don't love blade bias because of how easy it can be to get wrong. It can be so simple to just put a little bit too much weight in the wrong place on one of these balisongs, and it becomes an unflippable nightmare that basically no one can enjoy. A super handle biased balisong is still flippable in many traditional ways, besides fanning based tricks and stuff like that. One of those CSGO curved, heavy as crap balisongs, you can still do tricks on. I've seen people pull off incredible combos on those things. But super blade biased balisongs, no shot. You got to spend a lot of time to get something even remotely good looking going on one of those balisongs. I've tried a few in my day, and they are truly unflippable. So I ask you, watchers of Blade Bias, which side will you choose? The light side, the warriors for good, the majority, the council of the handle, or the dark side, the Sith, if you will, the unconventional, and the not universally loved, the council of the blade. Making it sound really dramatic for nerdy Star Wars reference. I'm not even a huge Star Wars fan. I don't really know why I'm doing this, but it's something that I've thought about quite a lot. What side do you fall on? If you had to pick going on a side, would you choose the handle bias side or the blade bias side? Do you think that they are as opposite as I am making them out to be in this video or in my head? Do you think that there's actually something... Do you think that they actually are that different? Do you think that blade bias maybe isn't as unpopular as I think it is? I want to know your opinion. And I also, kind of a fun thing for us to do, I want you to pick a champion for your side. So if you choose handle bias, if you choose the light side, what's your champion? Is it the Kraken? Is it the Kite AL? Is it something like the Tsunami? Like, what is your quintessential balisong that represents your love for that particular side? Same thing on the blade bias side. What is your chosen champion? I mean, I'll give you mine. Chosen champion, if I were to choose the handle bias side, probably the Kraken. Maybe something like the Prisma Pro. Chosen champion, if I was going on the blade bias side, gotta be the Corvus. The Corvus, I mean, just seeing me flip it in this video, you've probably seen how fan heavy it is. And I've talked at length in the past about how much I love fanning on this thing. This is the quintessential balisong for fanning on in my collection because it is just endlessly satisfying in a way that no other balisong is in my collection to fan, while still being a pretty decent flipper, all things considered, on, you know, the more balanced side of things. And then, if I had to pick a champion to bring balance to the force, balance to the blades, I'd probably choose something like the Seraph. I mean, I have long loved the Seraph for its ability to both stick to my fingers on more handle bias tricks and for its satisfying fans. It's not as satisfying as the Corvus because it feels like the Corvus really was built from the ground up to fan, if you ask me. But the Seraph bridges those gaps in a way that I hadn't really felt before I flipped it, and is kind of the reason that I fell in love with flipping it so much, if we were to put aside things like the build quality and the other things that I absolutely love about the Seraph. It really did balance those in such an amazing way. But here's an unconventional pick for balance, the cheese. I don't know why or what it is about the cheese. Sorry about that. My camera filled up. Probably a good reminder to get this show on the road and end this video very soon. But the cheese brings a very fun balance. I really do enjoy both fanning and rolling over, I guess, the cheese in a way that isn't super apparent on a lot of other balisongs. So in terms of like a budget balance thing, I kind of like the cheese as a way to unite both the sides. But please, let me know in the comments, what side do you find yourself on, and what is your chosen champion to fight for you in the war to come? There's no war to come, but thank you all so much for watching and listening to me ramble yet again, and I will see you all in the next one. Later.